Let's get right into it. I gave out 3 plays yesterday over on Patreon. Luca over on points, over on over on points with 31.5. He did not make that, but the other 2 players did. Brook Lopez, point, rebounds, and assists. He smashed that mark. Kevin Porter Jr., points, rebounds, and assists. He smashed that mark also. So we went 2 out of 3 yesterday. Going to do better today. Let's see if we can get them all right. First play I'm looking at is going to be from the Golden State New Orleans Pelicans game. We're looking at Brandon Ingram. He has been killing it lately. That's just all it is to it. He's been killing it. Against Golden State, he's had 34, 26, and 17 points. This is on 0-day rest. I like this. He hasn't went over on 0-day rest this year. Let's look at his last 10, man. He's killing it, 5 out of his last 6, he's went over 27.5 points. And that's a lot of points. But he has went over that in his last 4 games and 5 out of his last 6. As I said yesterday, streaks do come to an end. He's not playing a good defense, but the defense is playing better in home toward the end of the season, which I'm talking about Golden State. They're playing a lot better right now. So streaks do come to an end. We need to look at it a little bit more closer. Golden State is favored by 8.5. That's my first play on the day. Second play I'm looking at is coming from the Miami-Toronto game. We're looking at Jimmy Butler. We're looking at his points, rebounds, and assists. His line is 34.5. His projection is 38.47, minus 125 to go over, minus 145 to go under. Let's look at Jimmy a little closer here. As you can see, Jimmy has been killing this prop in his last 10 games. 8 out of 10 games he went over. Last game against Brooklyn, he did not go over. Defense he's playing is okay. Against Toronto this year, he's went over 1 time, and the game was in home. This game is in Toronto, so this 1 game in Toronto this year only had 19. Maybe he doesn't like Canada. I don't know. Over his last 30, he's hit this prop 60% of the time. Look at this last 10, man. He's killing it. Jimmy's in playoff mode already. He smashed his mark 8 out of 10 times. So the over looks in play here. Also look at the under in play here because he hasn't played well in Toronto. Toronto's favored by 3.5. A little bit more research to see if we add this one to the next player we're going to look at is John Collins. Cleveland versus Atlanta. We're looking at his points, and we're going to look at his points, rebounds, and assists. Points, 11.5 on the night. That's the line. The projection is 18.02. Minus 125 to go over, minus 105 to go over. Playing the best defense in the league versus position. Let's look at this one a little closer. As you can see, Collins has been doing well in his last 10. He had 5 straight games where he went over this prop of 11.5 points. His last game against Memphis, he only had 9. Playing a very good defense. Points allowed, field goal percentage allowed, 3-point percentage allowed. They're all at the top for Cleveland. Cleveland's a very good defensive team. I still think he's in play on his points to go over. Let's look at him versus Cleveland. In the 1 game against Cleveland this year, he had 16 points against them. Now, this is the one that I like right here. Let's look at his points, rebounds, and assists. He has killed his 18.5 prop in 8 out of his last 10 games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight. Playing a very good defense, though. Got to take that in consideration. And against Cleveland, he had 19 points, rebounds, and assists in Cleveland. This game is in ATL. I even like him more in home to go over. Let's look at Cleveland a little bit down here. As you can see, we'll look at the Collins is considered a power forward. So let's look at Cleveland against the forward position. They've given up the over in the last few games to Joe Harris, Royce O'Neal, Mikal Bridges, But the major forces like, let's see, Claxton, they didn't give up the over to. Cameron Johnson, they didn't give up the over to. Kuzma, they didn't give up the over. Just trying to kind of figure out who's going to be guarding him and all that. Gordon Haywood, I think that's more of where we stand here. They didn't give up the over, but you know, his spread was 24. That's what I'm saying. I think it can go either way on this play. Collins is playing hot, but if I did take the over in one, it would probably be points, rebounds, and assists compared to the points. That can go either way, especially in home. I expect him to be contributing in all areas. So if I went with the over, I think it would be points, rebounds, and assists. Looks like Cleveland's favored by 1 on the road. They expect this to be a close game. So those are a few plays that I like. Go ahead, like, subscribe, comment. You can get my premium picks over on Patreon. Link down in the description, and it's running across the screen. Until the next video, peace.